Okay, and hello all newcomers and welcome back my fellow Eternians. As always, it's me, Emperor AP, and today we are going to be doing a pretty interesting live stream. We are going to be talking about, let me go ahead and turn on my mic for our Google Spaces. We just started a Google Spaces as well, but today on the live stream we are going to be talking about micronations and their culture. We're going to have Jason, Megan, potentially Tiff here. We're going to be explaining to them different people's micronations as well as Aeternia non-micronationalist on it. Sabotat said, hello AP. Hey Sabotat, it's good to see you. Thank you guys for liking. Right now is kind of an intro part. Raspberry actually gave me some good advice recently and he was like, hey, before a stream actually starts, you should give it a second to let more people kind of roll in. That way people who jump into the stream later don't feel like they missed the intro. So we're going to give it a second and let some people roll in. If you have anybody that you think may enjoy this stream, definitely send them our way so that we can do that. But today we're also going to be on our Twitter space. So as we get our featured guests in today, we are going to be talking to people online live on Twitter Spaces to get their pitches for what their micronations are. And then we're going to have Megan and Jason and myself, potentially Tiff, talking about how we feel about those ideas and ultimately whether we think if I wasn't a part of Eternia or them being non-micronationalists, would they be interested in joining these things? How good is their pitch? So if anybody wants to pitch their idea for a micronation, wants to talk about their micronation's culture, wants some free advertisement, they can go ahead and do that by joining our Twitter space tonight and discussing live on stream with us. So this is going to be kind of a first for us. We've done similar Twitter Spaces streams before. We did, I think, 2 previously, but none like this. We are going to be doing something pretty interesting tonight, just in that we are going to be getting that pitch. I had talked about that idea a while back for having micronations come on and pitch their nation ideas to us, but I wanted to do it with a whole bunch of other micronationalists. So I figured tonight would be a beta test of this, something that we really haven't heavily advertised, something that we really haven't, tried to get a ton of people in for, just to see how it works. So I am going to be starting to get our guests here in just a second. Let's see. Okay, so we're waiting on people for the Twitter space. Sabotat said, could Sabotat be a non-official judge of it? Potentially, yeah, you can hit us up in the comment. But for right now, I would also love it if Sabotat joined us in the Twitter space so that you could jump in and talk to us about about your micronation and its ideas, as well as basically your pitch. Casnaria joined in and said, sup in for AP, but put armor piercing instead of AP. Hey, how you doing, Casnaria? It's good to see you. Sabotage says Google Space, Twitter Space, what's next? Amazon Space? And then somebody said that's Blue Origin. Absolutely, you got him. Richard Taylor joined us. Richard Taylor is one of our citizens. Always good to see you, Richard. Hello, how are you? And thank you for hanging out in the stream with us tonight. Everybody who is here in the stream, who's liking the stream, is helping to boost our watch time up big. Right now we are at, I think, 3,460 something, like 64, 65 watch time hours. So we're trying to hit 4,000 per year. So this is a big jump for us. That's going to be able to get us monetization. So the more you guys the more you guys bring people into the stream, the more it is ultimately going to help us to reach that goal and to start making a little bit of money from the videos that we make. So we only have like 500 something more watch time hours to go. So you guys pumping the stream up and helping us to continue watching these videos, continue supporting us, helps to drive us closer and closer to that goal. Let me see. Ooh, we have 6 viewers. Connor joined in. Hello, Connor. It's good to see you. Connor said, can you review my application for the map? Absolutely. I've been seeing your messages. I'm sorry I haven't been able to reply quickly. I've just been running around. But yes, absolutely. I have actually been looking over your application right now. I know there was some issues with your coordinates. So I was going through and downloading your stuff and trying to move it over so that I can get it onto the map. It's been taking time, but I do appreciate your patience, and we're absolutely getting to it. Connor Hetner said, Blue Origin is bad. Jeff Bezos, big money bald man. Oh, goodness. You're rickrolling him right now. You're playing him. But I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. I always feel weird about big companies like Blue Origin coming in. Of course, getting to advanced space travel is nice, but there's so much better. There's so many better things that that money could be used for, especially when you think about where the source is coming from. You know, Amazon's profits. It's kind of dark. Sabotat says, okay, let me see. As well, Raspberry said, thanks. I'm glad the idea helped. Absolutely. We're glad that you hit it up. Richard says, AP, if you aren't busy this weekend, there's a UFO convention near me if you want to come. Ooh, I would actually love to go to a UFO convention. That's very cool. Money is a big issue for us. We're really not able to do much traveling at all. We're hardly able to travel to the land right now, to Vitae, simply because we are down a car. Tiffany's car ended up breaking down, so we're having some monetary issues there, and we can't even. Uh, we're trying to conserve our gas, so we can't drive an hour and a half to Vitae. So that's been a big issue for us. But I would love to go. Ideally, if I could teleport there, I would, and then everybody at the convention would be freaked out because they'd be like alien, and I'd be like, no, 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 just just cool guy, I guess. Just superpowers, I guess. It's fine. Um, hmm. Richard, have you been to a UFO convention? I've never been to one. Okay, fake name says Mansa Musa would laugh in Jeff Bezos' face. Agreed, agreed. But it'd also be weird because he'd be thrown off. He'd probably be like alien because crazy technology. Raspberry Teen Man says also off topic, but this is about the incident yesterday. I went to the comments and see what you mean. Those people were horrible to Vincent, and it was sad. Agreed. Vincent took it like a champ, though. If you guys saw Vincent, Vincent was like, this is funny. Like, I appreciate it. Thank you. Like, it was really cool. I talked to Vincent afterward. He said he hadn't even seen the comments until I started talking about it, but he absolutely took it like a champ. I was really grateful for him just being a part of our community, for continuing to want to live stream for us and continuing to want to put content out there despite that. Because that's gross. Thank you guys so much. As well, I think the wave of like compliments and appreciation that he got on that stream really did help. So again, he killed it absolutely. One of our biggest streams in like a good long time. Absolutely rocked him. So thank you so much, Vincent. Man's a champ. Absolutely. Fake News says Congress admitted UFOs and no one cared. Agreed, but they did it in a weird way where they were like, yeah, we've been looking into it, but we really haven't gotten any farther either. So they just kind of shrugged their shoulders, which I think is why everybody kind of like petered off with it. It wasn't like they were like, oh yeah, and we have them at Area 51, and we were doing all this stuff. Like it was just kind of a shrug off, I guess. They were like, yeah, we've spent like 30 years on this, and we don't really know what it is either. Connor says, wait, what happened to Vincent yesterday? His stream blew up. One of his previous streams blew up. Got a lot of hate on it. I made a video about him getting the hate on it, and then a whole bunch of people swarmed the comments with likes. Raspberry said, people being rude about him, his looks, and the whole micronational community. Yeah, it was really weird. And it was really offensive, and I don't know why people were doing that. And it was all boomers for some reason. Again, we did a video about it. If you want to check out the like full understanding of the thing, I went into a deep dive, like looking into who the commenters were and like what their videos were and stuff. It was like a lot of boomers. It was weird. It was just weird because most of our audience is younger, so it was weird to have this like influx from the algorithm just come into hate. It was crazy. But yeah, let me go see if I can grab people. I will be right back. Excuse me, everybody. If anybody wants to join the Twitter Spaces, like I said, I would really appreciate it. We're trying to pitch these ideas for different people's micronations to our guests here tonight, and to see what they think about micronations and culture. This was actually an idea that just talking about micronations and culture was something that Megan and Jason brought up that they would be interested to learn about and talk about. So this would be your chance. If you haven't been able to go out and pitch your ideas for micronations to people outside of the micronational community before, this is your chance. Hit us up in our Twitter space. I'll be right back, you guys. Give me just 1 second. And I'm back, and we're rallying the crowd. We're getting everybody together. Megan and Jason are about to show up, so we're here. Richard said it's sad when people are judged by their looks instead of their character. Absolutely. Well, and it was like a banger video. It was really cool, and it sucked to see everybody being hateful to Vincent. But well, and that was the other thing too. I make it out to sound like it was like everybody who watched the video was pouring hate, and that's not true. For some reason, the algorithm shared it with a lot of older people. So the age range was like 45 to 65 plus who were watching it. And most of those people either didn't do anything at all or like gave it a like. There were very few comments. However, the majority of the comments, there were maybe like 10 comments, before everybody from our channel started jumping in and showing support from the micronational community, there was like a ton of hate comments. And it was from older people. I was like looking into their channels and stuff. And it was like older people who had like maybe one video or no videos, who were, you could just tell from like what they were searching and like what their videos were. They were like older people. I was doing like a deep dive to try and figure out who was hating on our citizen. And I was just surprised that it was all older people, like people who you would think would know better, people who you think would like know from past experience in their lives, not to go and like hate on people. People were saying like weird stuff. So yeah, if you want to learn more about that, definitely go check out our video on that, and definitely go and check out Vincent's video, which has like 1.6 thousand views right now, over 5 days of being uploaded. It was like an incredible blow up. I think that stream alone has probably gotten us a few subscribers. So like, thank you, Vincent. That's helped us out as well. Right now we're at 1790 subscribers, almost to 1800 subscribers. So if you guys did want to go ahead and subscribe, it would mean a ton to us, and it would help us out to get to 2K subs, the big boy numbers. Connor Henry says, boomers will probably comment on the stream you did yesterday with some stuff. Wouldn't be surprised. I love it though. I don't mind arguing with boomers. Like if they hate on my thing, that's fine.
Hey, what's up,
hey.
YouTube? I'm here with my mudslides. What's up?
It's Jason. It's
What up,
Jason,
y'all?
and it's Megan in the background.
She's cold as shit, so she getting a blankie.
Yes.
I'm anemic.
Blanket up.
Nice.
Are you
What am I
really
saying?
anemic?
I am, yeah.
That's
She's
wild. I think Bri was telling me as well that she has some stuff. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It causes a lot
Is
of
Tiff
circulatory
Bryce Highline has
issues.
that tennis, so she don't
Is
make
Tiff?
a fuck.
Yeah, mom's borderline anemic, so all of us are kind of like anemic because of our genetics.
That's wild.
So it's one of those things that if we would eat correctly and have
It
a
would
balanced diet, it would be fine, but
Got
How do you think she feels when I keep my house at 68 degrees?
you. Plummet.
Plummet.
Oh, goodness.
lots of blankets.
68 might be, well, negative fucking 20.
Oh,
I'm
goodness.
sorry, do I need to
Get it.
scooch in?
No, you're good. I like tried to set up chairs, but it's.
Oh man, you're
it's
good.
like
Like,
in a
I'm
weird
comfy.
angle.
These are good spinning chairs. Look at them spinning something.
Yes, sir. Well, Megan actually brought us today's interview topic, our conversation topic, talking about micronations and culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Culture. We're talking about what'd you say? Like what's good and
It's what is socially acceptable
socially acceptable.
within your like culture. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
like so this right here is not socially acceptable in most cultures.
Fun facts.
Fun fact.
Fun facts. A-OK in
A-OK.
Turkey, Germany, and I don't remember the other country, but this is actually the same as the middle finger, depending on
yeah.
what country you're in.
Totally.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Is it like the three
Google
fingers
it.
that
If
are
you don't
the insult,
believe
or
it,
is it the
it's,
circle?
It's the circle.
Oh,
It's
so
the
even
circle.
if you did that, it'd still be like.
Well, I think it's like the whole thing because
It
in
has to be
Korea
it.
and Japan, this has to do with money. In France, it means something has zero worth, that's completely worthless. And
Yeah.
then in like Germany and stuff, it's the same as the middle finger.
And depending
That's
on
right.
what side of the fence you lean, this right here means KKK because of Trump, because he speaks with his hands.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, he
That's
speaks
wild.
with his hands. So because everybody thinks that because he speaks with his hands and this Trump being Trump, is Trump. Trump. That's,
Oh my
that's
goodness.
KKK.
I had heard a while back that was something that people were saying like extremist groups had like adopted the like
Exactly,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I personally think that's
I
fucking
don't keep
retarded.
up.
Like, this is okay. Like, this is okay no matter fucking what, no matter how you're pulling it. Like, you can spread your fingers apart, it can be this way, it can be this way, it doesn't matter. That's okay.
Yeah, makes sense. Ooh.
It is a
oh,
key.
Yes, it is a key. There's keyblades. There's actually multiple of them, and there's the sword from
Yo, yeah, can
Halo.
you get that? Yeah, that is a Halo sword, man.
Yeah,
That is what's up.
they have a lot of cool stuff.
Yes.
This actually
Yes.
is supposed to unscrew and open into a sword as well. We're nerds.
Nerds. They got all these
Hey,
cool stuff in their house.
I bet somebody's life savings that you won't come up here and tell their daddies that he's a nerd.
Got
I
him.
guarantee that.
Got
'Cause
him.
guess what? He can end your life.
Also, 9
A mile
viewers,
away.
6 like. Thank you guys for hanging out. Manu said, multiple things. Okay. Benjamin said hello. Hello,
Hey,
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Richard says, remembering that we were taught in school, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Yeah, agree.
Dude, I understand that, and I don't like that logic because if that was the case, I'd be a mute.
Fair enough. I think what he was talking about is earlier before you guys came in, we were talking about the whole Vincent thing, and he was talking about like people commenting. Like,
Yeah,
hateful
all right,
stuff.
so you gave me the rundown on Vincent thing,
Yeah.
and again, I didn't see it, I ain't watched it, I don't know about it. You gave me the rundown on it, and totally, yeah, like fuck boomers, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Fair.
I'm young. I'm just young enough to say fuck boomers.
I feel you. Raspberry said, Raspberry said, don't say it. I don't think they teach that though. Richard said, greetings to Jason and Megan. Hey, 10 viewers. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And definitely make sure to like the stream if you're
What's
enjoying
that
it.
dude's name? My friend.
Fake name. He's here.
Fake name.
Yep.
Fake name. What's up, fake
Scenario.
name?
Yep. He's
Fake
hanging out with
news.
us.
I'm gonna start calling you fake news because I can't remember your fucking name. Call you fake name. This is why.
Manu said, is it just me or does that thing hanging on the wall look pretty much like a keyblade? Yeah, and you were like, it is a keyblade, and we went through all
There's a
that.
keyblade. Yeah.
Whitewind says, for once I am not 2 days late. Thanks, Whitewind, for joining us. Good to see you. Raspberry did the symbol thing. Raspberry said, I'll help this country and make sure people despise me as a quote thing. Is that like a Trump quote? I don't know. He put it in quotes.
It might be a Trump thing. I mean,
Whitewind said, P.S. AP, I still want to try to ally. Hopefully we can find a way to ally. Agreed. Hit me up. I'm excited to continue talking about stuff. Whitewind is a group that like had hit us up for a while and was like really supportive of Aeternia for the last like 2 years. But it's a thing where we specifically try to make alliances, like official alliances, around economics. Yeah, so we're always like, we want to just find some way to like trade a thing or like do something so that we get benefit from it. And so it's always been a thing where the guy who runs Whitewind is like younger. So it's a thing where he's like, I really want to like do a bigger thing.
well, man,
But it's hard to, yeah.
Alright, so you're talking about somebody's wanting to cut in on your shit, like making alliances.
Work together.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if this guy's good at building, you're good at smelting, why not?
Absolutely.
So-
A lot of it, yeah, I think a lot of it is distance, which is even hard for us because like shipping stuff is expensive.
Shipping is a bitch.
Yeah.
Especially with gas right now.
Yeah. And because this
Yeah.
guy's like younger, so I think
Yeah.
there's like limits to what can be done. But even still, like we've been working
Sitting
together.
taller than me, I don't like that.
And we always do appreciate you, Whitewind. Like even when we don't have an official thing, I'll always shout out Whitewind.
Yeah, I mean, like, totally. I mean, if y'all want to do an alliance, that, like, that's stupid to not to.
Makes sense.
Like, it does make sense.
Big Name says, in Cosneria, public bathhouses, thus to some degree public nudity, is acceptable. That's interesting though, because like in Japan and
What
in
the
other
fuck?
places,
I don't like how much
bathhouses are
sense
like.
that makes.
It's more economical.
I don't
and
like
really,
how much
I feel
sense
like
that
we're at
makes.
a point in our society in general that we're kind of trying to get past the body shaming, and if you could just be comfortable with people and have those safe, just faith.
Absolutely. But then, is that really? It's weird because I guess it depends on what the definition of public is, right? Because there are like nude beaches,
Yeah.
but I don't think people would say that's public nudity because it's like everybody went there and chose to be in a place they
Right.
know people are going to
Just
be.
like
nude.
at a public bath, you would choose use a public bath.
Right.
But we're going to assume you
I don't
choose a
like how much
public
sense that
bath
makes either.
rather than not
Yeah,
having one
That's
yourself.
pretty legit.
So
I
I
get that.
I
yeah.
don't know if because like public nudity is generally something people think of as like a crime. Like you just
Yeah.
went out and like exposed yourself to people.
Yeah.
But I think that's based on the idea that it's like unconsensual. Like you showed up in a place where people wouldn't expect a naked person.
But
Yeah.
if you go to a new beach,
But
Yeah.
that also
Yeah.
comes down to society just not being comfortable with a naked body. And that's really a cultural thing too, like for us here in the US. Like shaving our legs and stuff is really a cultural thing for Western countries. It's not a thing in some of the more European countries. They don't shave their armpits and legs all the time. That's something we do out here.
Yeah.
I'm out of
looking
mudslide.
We'll go make some.
You're lucky your daddy shouldn't have McDonald's. I'll be back.
Yes, sir. All right, we got 10 viewers, 7 likes. Thank you guys for the views, and definitely make sure to like.
I only got 10 viewers and only 7 likes.
Jason's asking about that ratio, you guys.
Yep.
That ratio. Fig name says, Raspberry said energy sword. Yep. Asteria, hello Asteria, good to see you. Raspberry Tina said hi. Connor said in Cotter, Minnesland, it is common to eat mainly traditional dishes. But what are traditional dishes? Like, you could say that about anywhere.
Because that's different from country to country. Because, like, here in the U.S., we think a traditional breakfast is eggs and... Are you okay? Yeah, he's fine. Eggs, bacon, toast, and all of that. But, like, in some Asian countries, breakfast would be almost like a dinner. It'd be your fish and rice and a fully cooked meal.
In America, it's whiskey, a 45, and bacon.
As a breakfast. You eat the gun.
Well, then that also comes down to what area you're from, because like from south to north here in the U.S., we have very different values even to the food we eat.
Mm-hmm.
So please expand.
Absolutely. I'm curious to see, Connor, as well. Chicken and waffles. Somebody put that together. They were like, this breakfast needs fried chicken.
That person needs to be shot.
I hate to say it, but I actually really love that. Like, that was my favorite day at school, when they'd give us the chicken and a little slice of waffle, and then I could mix it all together, and just, those were my favorite days.
That's cool.
I don't know how to make this thing.
My school, let me preface that though, with my school was pretty racist, because we didn't start doing that until we got our first black students. Yeah, no, legit, like, all of us, I was like, I love this combo, but also like, guys, this is...
Do you think it was coincidental and they just made like a bad PR? It was purposeful?
They were very openly racist because they're trying to make it sound like they were doing it to make them more comfortable, and it's like you're doing the opposite.
Do you think they asked the kids, or they were just like?
No, I think they just.
Oh.
I hate to interrupt y'all's thing, but I need your help.
What?
I can't find the stirring spoon.
Shake it.
Finger.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I shall return.
Yes, ma'am.
You can keep talking though. I'll respond.
We will hit it up. Fake name says sup, Jason.
What's up, fake name?
Connor. He loves you, buddy. Connor Hedner said, and there's a lot of traditional stuff for national holidays, but what's tradition, Connor? Tell us your secrets.
Your traditions.
No.
I just want everyone to know I walked over there in 2 seconds, found the spoon he was looking for. It's a man for you.
Got him. Tiff has to do stuff like that for me. I legitimately. Guys get into relationships and just lose all.
Guys be like, "Where's the ketchup?" It's right in front of you. In video games, they also be like, "Yo, there's a shooter in that building, 2nd floor, 40 clicks out." How'd you see that behind that tree?
I probably wouldn't.
These species don't make sense to me.
You different species. Benjamin said, "Boomers, in my experience, like having freedom of speech, but don't for anyone else." Interesting. And again, it wasn't everybody. Like the majority of the people who watched that video, for some reason, were like 45 to 65, which isn't our normal audience. But a lot of people were really positive. It was just like a few people who were really going in. Like it was weird. Yeah. Connor said, "Our food is similar to Czech and German food." Give us some examples.
Interesting.
And Romanian food. So like a whole area. You like carved out an area of Europe.
I like German food.
Raspberry says no, it was a joke about Trump. Got you. We figured out what his quote was. Fake name says, "I have 3 allies, 2 in the Philippines and 1 in the US. Hey, congrats. Richard says my symbol is That's cool. I appreciate it. Rock and roll, Richard.
I knew that meant rock and roll, but my brain went straight to the little like rah ooh woo stuff. Like I see this and then just imagine going ooh woo.
That too. It could be that too. You never know. That's where rock stars got it from. Anime girls. 100%. Whiteland said, to Jason there, remind him that I am only 14. I am across the country. It would be very difficult to send something without losing money on that and not get a 100% alliance from it. Yeah, that was
We'll explain it when he comes back.
Yeah, we got
That's
you.
kind of the basics of economics, and then I feel like you could potentially get in trouble for exploiting a minor too, depending on how someone would want to.
Yeah, well, and if they set up like their own business and are trying to do stuff, then it's different. Yeah. It's hard. Yeah, and also that doesn't mean we're still not.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we're still not like friends and we don't support you. Like we got you, dude.
Yeah, 100%. You just have to be more cautious because people be crazy these days.
100%, 100%. Well, and it wouldn't be fair for us to be like, we're even having difficulty doing stuff. And we're like multiple adults. It'd be unfair to be like, well, you should be keeping up with this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
So someone
the
who's
rules have to be a little different
country.
Based on what your ability is and what is economically possible for you.
Absolutely.
I mean, regardless of age, but the age definitely makes it harder.
100%. Ooh, okay. So, fake name said, God made us without cloth. I see no reason why it needs to be illegal to go without. I see both senses, because it's a rare crime. What's that?
Your dad don't have to make these drinks.
You messed up?
Yeah, but
he goofed it.
He
goofed it, you guys.
I will say on that I, to an extent, agree, though I'm not religious. To me, I feel like the issue is because we sexualize the body so much, and again, that's issues with different countries, because in some European countries, they're used to seeing tits all the time, so it's not an issue. Whereas here, we're like, well, as long as you can't see nips, we're fine, but we're so offended by this ball of fat on your chest.
Ooh, let me get on this. All right, so what's the...
Which I can only really speak from the female perspective, but it's so frustrating to be constantly, like, with clothes on your judge, with like clothes off your judge. Yeah, you're constantly objectified. It's like, if I'm trying to be comfortable, whether that's nude or not, if I'm not trying to flaunt and be all over you and touch you, like, I'm not hurting you.
Right.
I'm not asking for sexual favors, nor does it mean us have a sexual content. But that's our issue, is our brains go straight to sexual. And I mean, if you can't control yourself in public just because of the way I'm dressed or lack of dress, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. I'm not responsible for your actions. I'm responsible for mine.
Well, I have a question. What's the difference, aside from fatty tissues, what's the difference between your nipples and my nipples, your areolas and my areolas?
There isn't, but we don't censor male nipples. We censor female nipples.
Right, exactly. So that doesn't make any sense.
Agreed.
Because I can literally lift my shirt right now and everybody like, yeah, it's a fat dude showing his nipples. If you do it, they're like, oh, delete.
Right, you could walk around topless at a park and no one would think twice.
Well, you
if
know what?
I walk around topless,
I think women should walk around topless too.
Right, like what you complain about, you getting to see titties.
Right. Like who the hell, other than Meemaw Ivy, is complaining about seeing fucking female titties? And you know what? Your daddy's going to have to make this, because I about puked. I fucked this one up. It's a little strong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucked this one up.
You didn't add enough milk.
I didn't add enough anything other than fucking alcohol.
Liquor. Goodness.
Sorry, that kind of sets me off on a tangent.
No,
Did
I
a fake name respond to my shout out?
Yes.
Oh, and we were supposed to explain to you that the other guy is 14, so it's hard for him to try to keep up. When they're trying on an adult level and can't keep up with the economies of it, it's hard to get a 14-year-old to keep with the same economies and then not tiptoe over the possibility of what was the word I used? Taking advantage of a
somebody's on here that's 14.
So that's
what we're talking about?
When we were talking about the alliance thing.
Yeah.
He's a kid, and also across. I'm not gonna answer it right now. I'm gonna. I don't know who it is. It's like a 1-800. No, we're in the. Let's see.
Alright, so anyway,
so
the dude who's trying to do the alliance is only 14 years old.
So that's why we have a specific like requirement for alliances, but we still support them. Like we're like hype about it. It's just not.
What's your requirements for alliances?
There has to be some economic benefit, And so he's saying he's having difficulty reaching that requirement because of his age and lack of ability, which is fine because we even
Yeah,
have
because
difficulty
everyone
with that.
starts somewhere.
Right.
All right, so
It
the
takes
fact that he's 14 years old and is already trying to make an alliance with you, is he on Micronation?
Yes. Yes, he runs his own micronation.
He runs his own Micronation.
Yes.
So he's
Well, then,
already
yeah,
he has
14 yeah.
He's,
more
like, killing it.
ambition than most other 14-year-olds I
Hell
know.
yeah,
So
he
it's a
does.
good start.
100%.
Yeah, so, what's his name?
It's Whitewind. I forget his personal name as of the moment. But
Well, we're just going to call you White. So, White, because I'm drunk. Yeah, I mean, if you're 14 years old and you're already trying to make an alliance with this dude, then yeah, dude, like, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because you're already showing a peaceful community. Like, hey, I might have some stuff that I can offer that you can't. Because who knows how big his micronation is. He's 14 years old, but he might have a huge following.
absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean,
And that's why we're
totally
hyped to
fine.
support them.
Yeah, I mean,
He
you
can
gotta
only
start somewhere.
manage 2 syllables. Sorry, guys.
What's my only 2 syllables?
You said white, so that's 2 syllables.
Fake name
Yeah.
says crappy fish and then says it's really good. No, crappy the fish, or are you saying the fish is crappy?
Crappie. Crappie. Fish.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's a
Agreed. Whitewind says I eat a lot of southern U.S. food, although I'm northern. Makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Raspberry says I miss the north of the U.S. Raz, did you move south? Like what happened? Whitewind said I want to go back south. Reverse, trade places.
Yeah, dude, just trade places. Y'all like
It's
just
very
swap
different,
IDs and
like-
everything.
a lot. To my understanding, and I was just in the north. I didn't go very far north, but they have they're more strict on their timelines. Like down here in the south, we're like, oh, the repairman says he'll be here in the morning. Well, that means he probably won't show up till 6 p.m. Like we're used to that. It's kind of the norm. We don't necessarily like it, but that's kind of how it is. But then up north, they're more like, no, if he said he's here in the morning, he's going to say he's there at 9 a.m. and he will be there at 9 a.m. and you can't just, like, their time constraints are we're a little more fluid here in the
I have
south.
no rebuttal because the farthest north I've ever been is Tennessee.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's not north.
I touched base in
Hey, Tiff.
what's the state right above Tennessee?
No.
Like literally right above. Like it's Tennessee and something line.
She's frustrated.
Whatever the fuck is above Tennessee, I don't give a shit. Anyways, I touched there. I throw a rock or two there. And then I come back to Alabama. Because I like the hell. I'm drunk.
Raz says, but the North is crazy,
Yeah, my
not
keys.
on a Florida level. Florida deserves to be a psychology class, but still
No,
crazy.
Florida needs a psychology class.
Florida man.
Florida is its own thing. Florida is, Anyway, continue.
Comments
Go
on
ahead.
Florida.
We ain't gonna start because you'll lose your whole following with Florida people.
Richard says tradition is what you want it to be. I agree with that. And it's
I
cool
agree.
to see like micronations creating
Yeah,
culture.
definitely. Totally agree with that.
Wayman said good explanation. Raz said
Cheetos.
tradition is what you and future generations want it to be. Without them, it isn't a tradition. Agreed. Like keeping up with like norms
If I
and
didn't
stuff.
already almost puke, I would
It's
totally
from
travel.
Chester, but it's not.
Cosnaria said, in Cosnaria, our cultural values religion, and thus we have 3-day weekend, Friday for Muslims, Saturday for Jews, and Sundays for Christians.
Fuck 'em
Very
all.
cool.
I mean, that's
also,
very inclusive, too. Like, I like that.
and it
Yo,
supports
try
like
this.
4-day work week
No,
stuff.
it's spicy. I can tell by the color. I don't want
Yo,
it.
try this.
I'm good. You
Oh,
get half of
He
it.
likes
Well,
it.
and
4-day work week as well.
I really like the idea, too, because regardless of the reasons, on a humanitarian level,
I don't want
companies
those.
here in the U.S., I can't really speak too much internationally because I don't have a lot of
Holy
experience
fuck,
with
they're
that.
running my throat.
But here in the U.S., we're kind of bad about
That's
saying
worse than hot
give your
Cheetos.
life to the
Mhm.
company. And it's just, you have to have that work-life balance.
No, let me do it right.
I've been that person
Right.
wanting to wrap
Hey,
my car around
Fuck
the tree on my
whatever
way to
she's
work.
saying.
It's
y'all
not
need,
nice.
Y'all need to try these. They hot as fuck. Put it out in my mouth.
You've only had one. What are you?
He's doing product placements for things we don't even get ads for.
Ow.
But we should. You should hit us up with ad
Holy
sponsorship
shit,
now.
that's hot.
Chester hot fries. But that's very
Raise
inclusive.
shadow with that shit.
Yeah.
Raise shadow.
I see that on every video.
And we're gonna
Sponsored
be
by
Chester Hot.
Rage Shadow Legends.
But not really.
If y'all are on any kind of gun tubes, like gun YouTubes, you'll understand Rage Shadow Legends.
And most gaming channels.
Yeah, no shit, man.
Connor says our national dish in Cotter Minnesland is
Fuck them things.
Zusa, which is a
Oh,
meat
shit.
mixture, beef, chicken, or
Holy
sheep.
fuck.
Very
Yeah,
cool. With a
yeah,
cornmeal
holy
dough
shit.
wrapped around the mixture. They are baked, boiled. They are then boiled, steamed, or baked.
One
So
by
it's
one.
like it almost reminds me of
Dude, I'm breaking a sweat.
Oh,
Just
what are
eat that
the-
one chip.
the little corn things.
Dude, I'm like legit
Mexican
serious.
corn
Like,
things that are
my
wrapped
hand,
in like a
Oh,
corn
I'm fucking
husk.
sweaty. That one chip.
Not tamales.
Tamales.
Is
Yeah,
it tamales?
yeah, yep.
Dude,
Tamales.
tamales are off the fucking hook.
They're talking about something called Zusa.
So I've
Which
tried
is like a
cooking
European
lamb
thing?
once, and it was super hard, and it came out awful.
Tiff and
If
I
you-
could lamb and it was delicious.
You have to really
Rosemary
know
and-
what you're doing and take the time with it. You can't just like jump in and say, "I'm gonna cook some lamb."
Did you grill it?
Well, I pan-seared it.
Oh, okay.
But the recipe, I needed white wine to cook with, and I didn't have any, and I think that kind of threw off the whole thing because that was the main part of the dish was the sauce that was supposed to
I
go
like
on top.
the.
We like grilled it and threw like rosemary and like
Take a
garlic
jalapeno.
and stuff and
I like
put it
the
in like
taste of
aluminum
jalapenos.
foil and
Yeah.
so
I
like
like the
it like cooked it and then right at the end we
That's-
like
that's
seared it
where I
on the
cap.
grill and it got that like charcoal
I'm
flavor.
pussy.
I like using
Oh,
garlic and onions pretty much in everything I cook, but I try to be cautious since it's
Like, all
toxic
these
to
people
cats
that's
and dogs.
making,
Like my top priority is
buying
making sure the
hottest
babies are
fucking
safe.
chip in the
Gosh.
world.
Oh, so
and
when
they
you're,
mix
like,
it with
feeding
the
it to them?
hottest fucking.
Well, I
Yeah,
make sure
sauces
that like
in the
he
world.
knows when he comes home, hey, this was cooked in onion and garlic because it's
Ghost
toxic
pepper
to
is
them.
the
It'll make them
second
sick
Gosh.
because
What the
the
fuck is the hottest?
oils and stuff have seeped into the
Have you
meal.
seen? Y'all carry on. We're carrying on a conversation about.
I was gonna say
y'all,
it's-
y'all carry on. So have you
Fake
seen-
name says say and then does that one and then that one and then that one. So I don't know.
Is it ooh 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 ooh
Say anywhere,
I guess, but it looks like fake.
ooh?
or do you want to?
I
Goodness.
So
You
you
don't
look
even know
up
what
the
he's
dude who
saying.
made the world's hottest pizza.
Raz
So
says,
what he did was
if I had to
the
make a
world's
national
hottest
dish for
chip
Dinopolis,
with the
my
world's
nation, it would be
hottest
spaghetti or
sauce.
beef stroganoff.
A couple of them.
Ooh, beef
Some
stroganoff.
He
That's
had
my
quite a few
beef.
different
That's my beef.
That's my beef.
That's my
He
vote.
made a pizza out of
I
it.
appreciate it.
Like,
So both Italian dishes. Are you Italian or do you
That's
just
too
like
much.
both of those dishes?
it's too much.
Raz said fake name,
That
and then
beats
Richard
those
said, AP,
peppers.
just for fun, tell Jason and Megan how old I am.
Third.
Ooh,
I
you're
thought
gonna
those peppers
you're gonna
was like
get
the
me.
hottest of the hot.
Richard is, I think, like 54. I could be wrong. Jason, you gotta correct me.
That's a nice little spread though
Oh my
of
God.
ages. So
Hey
you
y'all,
can
I just learned something new.
That Richard is 54,
get
and I
Well,
again I
what
could
are
be
we
slightly
talking about?
off on that, so please correct me, Richard. My apologies if I'm off.
Hey Richard. I don't know who the fuck you are.
He's one of our citizens, and he's, I believe, I could be wrong, 54.
Well,
He's
I mean,
54
I
years
really
old.
like that because you get the experience with the new, and sometimes as we get older, and I'm guilty of it too, is you get stuck in how you're
Oh.
used to doing things.
Oh, you're
and then
guilty
you
of
can
being
get-
older.
And
Slaps.
You hit me and I found out about it.
This is slapstick
you're
comedy.
gonna get flicked in the dick.
You hear that, y'all? She
Ooh.
going.
Pain.
Anyway, you're older.
A good spread of age and experience and all that
Spread
gives
something
you
else.
alright. Diversity, yay! That was my point. Why do you keep messing me up?
I'm fucking up your whole thing, guy. Come on. There you go. Hot seat because you're eating all those hot chips. There you go. I hope you ain't planning on doing it in a butt lick. It's gonna burn.
Oh my god.
That's fine.
Oh my god. Fake name says Raspberry what? Raspberry said just some Gen Z humor. Fake name said fair. Cotter says Cotter Minnesland has hot springs that people bathe in. Like actively, where is it? Where is it?
I've always wanted to try going to a hot springs.
It
Hey,
sounds cool.
I know of Hot Springs. It's called Hot Springs, Arkansas. You know what they got?
Hot
They got one 4-way, 2 gas stations, and 1 Mustang on like 24s.
Side note,
Yeah, don't go there.
side
Well,
note,
Hot
why
Springs,
is
Arkansas.
it Kansas but then Arkansas. Shouldn't it be Arkansas?
It's illegal to say that there.
It
You're
is.
gonna find
Is it
$100
really?
fine.
Is it legit to call it Arkansas?
When Nathan used to live there, he said, yeah.
Where do you gotta go to make
the
this?
cops were calling it that.
Where do you
'cause
gotta
they thought
go
it
to
was
make this
being
this fine? Where you gotta go to make this fine?
If you get it,
Arkansas.
just go anywhere.
They're
north.
gonna
You gotta go to
Come
Arkansas.
I'm just.
They find
I'm
it
not
wrong,
even like
say
trying to make
Arkansas.
fun. I'm just curious about how the pronunciation
Hey, guess
got
what?
changed.
Guess what we're fixing to do? How many viewers we got?
8 viewers, 9 likes.
If I get 6 likes, I will personally make a trip to Arkansas.
It was only 5.5 hour drive.
Yeah, I'll make a trip to Arkansas and call it Arkansas to see if I can't get me $100 fine.
But then you gotta record it.
Well, that's why y'all come with me.
No, it's you and then
No,
record
that's
it
you.
and
This
then
is-
send it
This
to
is
me.
y'all shindig.
Also, 11 views, 10 likes. Thank you guys for jumping in. Okay. Raz says, "Is Minnesland in Iceland?" Connor says, "Nudity is acceptable to a point," and then said, "No, we're not."
What's the point? Is her the point or my fat ass the point?
Where's the point?
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
play
Is
out
it
the
on
line.
gender lines? Is it
Yeah.
just waist up?
I mean,
or
if you want to
is
see
it
my titties,
comical
Is it-
gender? Is it?
if you want to see my titties, I'll show it right now. Like I'll be like, whoop, and you'll see my titties. If you want to see her titties, I'll come punch you in your fucking face.
I'm back. I'm back. Okay, 10 views, 10 likes. Thank you guys for liking. It helps to spread out the stream. And also, we're trying to get more people in our Twitter space right now so that you guys can hit us up with pitching your micronations to Megan and
Yeah,
Jason.
bro.
If you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
want to jump in, definitely do it.
I think we need to hit up fake name. Fake news. Fake news. We need to hit up fake.
Fake name. You
You
have
had
it
it right the
time.
first time.
Shit. Fake name. Oh my god. Fake name needs to hit us up and tell us how to make the tea, bro.
The popcorn? Or you want
Sweet
to get the
tea.
popcorn?
The blue tea? Is that what you're
No,
talking
no, no,
about?
no.
Or was that?
No. Fake news. Name knows what I'm talking about.
I made an alcoholic tea.
Yes. It's some good shit.
Washingtonia says, "Hello, y'all." What's up,
What's up,
Washingtonia?
y'all?
Connor says, "And the hot springs aren't in the mainland." Oh, that's cool. So it's not. It's like near your nation, but it's in the U.S. or in like whatever the macronation around you is. Hit us up.
Out of my mouth.
Right.
Fuck you for that.
You said you wanted one.
Fuck you for letting me
Does
do
Iowa
that.
really have hot springs?
I think you went there.
I was
Uh,
just in Iowa.
Dude, that's the
You
hardest
missed
shit
your
I've
chance.
I missed my
Megan. You
chance.
missed it. We gotta go. We gotta go and do hot
That
springs
is
stuff.
The
legit.
ball ones that they used
Richard
to
says the
make? It's
reason
not
some
making
people don't
the
like
ball.
seeing naked people is because they are not comfortable in their own skin. That makes sense.
Fair point. I mean, it just makes it more obvious your own insecurities with your body.
And they were hotter than
Like
the hot
Flamin'
tea.
Hot
Just
Cheetos.
do what my therapist says to do.
Those
Fake
are
it till you
harder
make
than
it. Look in the
Flamin'
mirror,
Hot
say, I am
They're
worth
for the
it.
sake of
I
it.
love
It's
myself.
still
I'm
harder, I swear to
beautiful.
God.
Until you
Not
believe it
because
yourself.
Very
We'll
cool.
see how long
You
that
get
takes.
sleep
I
in your
respect
actual
it. I
sensor,
respect it.
whereas
I was gonna
Cheetos
say,
are
I'm curious,
harder, so
like,
they don't really
if
set
you
up.
lived in a society where nudity wasn't like a weird thing at all, and you just like routinely saw people like in line at the store like naked,
Oh,
I feel
somebody
like
said
you
wanna
have
see my
less
titties?
self-conscious issues.
would people who like are like
Hey, now.
flashes,
They
would
know
they
how
just
to-
like get sad
Well,
about
some-
it? Because they'd be like, nobody's hype about it. Like they run in a store and like throw their clothes. And everybody's like, hey,
Yeah, I feel like
Queen-
that wouldn't be
Your
a thing
queen
anymore,
of
yeah.
Aeternia has got something to say.
They now got that dude who's swinging his around on his arm. Just at the
oh,
store.
that's true. There's a guy in the UK. He like got his penis cut off, or like it got like something happened
First
to
of
it.
all, may I cut in?
Sure.
We haven't. Are you sure? Are you sure?
I just this. It's,
Story.
yeah.
Okay.
Let him finish his
They-
story.
Finish the
they-
story. Finish the story.
They
Finish the story.
did skin graft on him and grew a penis onto his arm so that he could get it like surgically reattached. So for like
What
the
the
longest time,
actual fuck?
yeah, like a working penis like is on his arm right now, or was like they may have put it on by now, but
What
like
did they
working
use? A
penis
horse dick?
on his arm, human dick on his arm.
There is no human dick this big.
No,
No,
it's like
no,
on
it's
the
on his
forearm.
forearm.
Yeah, it's just like
Oh, it's going
dangling.
out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
But he got interviewed and he was saying there was a whole bunch of problems he was having. Like it would like he'd go to like hug people, like kids and stuff, and it like hit him in the face.
Well, yeah, I imagine that'd be a problem.
Yeah, he was like, it's like an actual like issue in my life.
But guess what? We haven't worried about the UK since 1776.
You said they could put as many dicks on their arms as they want.
Bury them. We haven't worried about them since 1776.
Agreed.
If you want to get technical, it was a few years prior to 1776. But hey, whatever.
I think if more people took that tone in politics, people would be better off. Like, just the concept in general that, like, yeah, you could just do what you want, and I really don't, like, I
No.
shouldn't be trying to
If
regulate
it doesn't
whatever your thing
physically,
is.
No,
if it
there's
doesn't
an
affect me, I don't care.
There's an extent to that, though. Do I care about other countries? No. Do I care about this country? Yes.
But even in this country, like, if it's not bothering you, like,
If it's not affecting you, if it doesn't change
If
your
there is
life,
a dude with a dick arm hugging kids, I'm going to be involved.
you're gonna
but
be involved.
the issue is
Yes,
that he doesn't
Because
mean
they
it
don't
like that.
need to
He's
be
trying-
hugging kids with a dick arm.
But the kids don't understand, and when your niece comes and runs up to hug you, and you give him a hug back, reflect as a reflex.
Don't
'cause you
hug
love
your
them,
niece because you have a dick attached
He's
to
just
your
trying
arm.
to get his stuff
I
fixed.
don't
He's just trying to get
understand
his dick hard. No.
No, but that whole
Whoa.
argument
No.
came up.
Sorry.
Oh,
No.
too
I'm sorry, I
far.
got heated, didn't I?
I don't
I
think
don't
that's,
do well with pedophilia.
It's not
It's
though.
not though. He was like,
You have a
legitimately-
dick on your arm.
You got one in between
And
your
you're
legs,
hugging
and you
kids.
still hug
But
kids.
it was a,
It's not attached to my dick. My dick is not slapping kids in the fucking face.
volume.
Sorry.
I will say,
Sorry.
it
I
is
apologize.
weird that
I'm
he didn't
sorry.
just do like that.
Yeah, like
It is like,
keep
why
the
wouldn't
other
you?
arm down
Yeah,
and just
you
We
go
think
need
he
one
would, like,
to
figure it
do a more
But I'm-
explanation before I get super heated.
Whole,
Skip the
whole
process.
different,
Process.
stream.
Skip it, because I do not
Okay.
do well with pedophilia.
It's
I do
not.
not
It's
do
not.
that.
It's
It's not, though.
You
we're
have a dick on your arm and you're
Different-
hugging children. That
different-
is pedophilia.
No,
and
it was
nothing.
just an
different-
I will
example.
punch somebody in the face if they have a dick on their arm and they're hugging kids. No.
different stream. Washingtonia said, "Just having dinner right now."
Dinner and a show.
Very nice. Connor says, T-Man, Iowa does not have hot springs. Hot springs are in Colorado on my uncle's farm. That's cool. Your uncle has private hot springs on his farm? That's
Bet you
awesome.
he
Can I
grows
get your
weed.
Addy?
That's what's up.
Can I show up to your hot springs?
Can I just show
Look
up?
at that shit.
Raspberry. I bet that's
I
worth an
stopped
incredible
sweating
amount.
after that chip, and then that conversation I'm gonna sweat again because I got so heated.
When
Breaking
you're
up a
sober,
sweat.
we'll go over it.
Raspberry says, also, Connor, the level of nudity is based on how much society will accept it. Take Victorian era, for example. Women were expected to stay in dresses and cover everything. Nowadays, people wear ... We're waiting for the big reveal. White Red
Bro,
says, Emperor
he's
Tyler.
got a
Emperor
point.
Tyler, yeah. I
He's got a
remember.
point though.
Right, ankles
He's got
used
a
to turn
point.
people on, and now we have
Yeah.
problems with spaghetti straps.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he's got a point.
Raspberry says, tank tops and stuff.
Yes,
probably
exactly,
the same
yeah.
thing.
He's got a point.
I mean, we wear crop tops and booty shorts and expect it to be acceptable because I shouldn't be sexualized just because I walk out the door.
Yeah, I was
But
watching
if
a
you do it,
streamer.
you're a gross old man.
I was watching a streamer the other day, though. I was watching a streamer the other
Just do
day.
it
though.
anyway. Everyone will look at you and Megan can dress how she.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
I can't punch that many people in the face.
They'll be stuck on you, not her. That's the point. You dress up like her.
You're
and
saying
they'll be
what now?
attracted by you and not her.
I was watching a streamer the other day, and he was talking about how he grew up in Turkey, and how, like, in Turkey, there's, like, big bans on things like pornography and stuff like that,
Why
and
would
on,
you
like,
ban
sexual
porn?
stuff.
To keep your society pure.
But that was the
Porn is
like
awesome,
weird thing
though.
about it, right? He was like, so I grew up like very like
Yeah.
isolated from
He
stuff like
disagree
that,
with porn is
and
awesome.
so
Y'all watch porn together?
Will you stop?
why are you asking these questions?
Because I'm drunk.
So he was talking about how like it's very restricted in that country, and he was like, I think that's where a lot of the like excitement from like ankles and stuff comes from. Like once your society's not
Right,
doing
if
that,
you're
then
so
it's not.
sheltered, then a lot of things become taboo and they overwhelm you when you're not used to it.
What?
I understand that.
Women have belly buttons?
Not all of them. You ever see
goodness,
Kyle X
how dare
one?
you
Mine's
show your belly
infected.
button? You know, I actually never understood the whole ankle thing. I didn't put this down.
Maybe not near the electronics.
How about over here? You want to
Um,
suck your dick while I'm down here?
I prefer if you didn't. Fake name says child emperors were too common in Roman China.
Hey,
Yep.
fake name. How about you
Fun
send me your
fact,
recipe? Send me your recipe on the tea, man, or show up. Hey,
Wasn't
he's close by, right?
Wasn't
He's close by, right?
He's
Not
that
fake
close
name.
by.
wasn't Alexander
That's
Hamilton when he first entered
No,
the war
fake name
as a
is the
soldier?
one
He was a
T.
teenager.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I'm sure some
Listen.
people on stream could tell you. Richard could probably tell
He's
you.
not
He's
close.
like a big
Fake
U.S.
name
history
is?
buff.
Oh, okay, cool.
Richard, let us know about Alexander
I-
Hamilton.
I did a report on someone that
name
was
is
like
the
a
one
really
that I talked
big
to about the
general
alcoholic
in the
tea.
U.S. military,
Yeah.
like back during Civil War
That's why
wartime.
he needs to
Civil
Or,
War?
it was no Revolutionary War. And I just remember them being like, "Oh yeah, he was only like 13, 14." And I'm like, "We can't even trust 14."
Hey, cut
Right.
out. Sorry. Apologize. I apologize. I'm sorry. I really am sorry to you. Fuck you. Fake name. You need to hit up this dude for your tea.
Tea recipe. He's hyped about the
really
tea
want
recipe.
The tea. You played it up so much, man. I really want your tea. And nobody else on the stream knows what the tea is about. And that's also
And that's
really,
the tea.
really cool.
That's the tea.
That's really, really cool.
The tea is the
Fake
tea.
name, I want your tea. You have hyped it up so much. And I really want your tea.
Your testosterone.
I want your,
Raz says,
no, I want your tea. If I want testosterone, I'll suck my own dick. I want your tea.
Raz says, don't forget the South American nations. Fake name.
I apologize. I'm sorry again. Please continue your conversation. I just want
Washingtonia.
fake name to know I want his fucking tea.
Washingtonia says, don't forget King Tut. I think he led when he was 9. So they're just all talking about
But
like.
also, part of my concern with that too is they were
The way-
rulers by
Huh?
name, but didn't most of their advisors
Have,
actually
like,
do
yeah.
all of the
I might
job
not,
for
but the way
them
he
Yup.
played it.
And a lot
until
of
they
the
were
times-
of
Is it-
age?
And a lot of the time they'd end up getting killed because
Yeah.
it'd just be like their advisors were in power, and then it'd be like,
Maybe.
oh, the
Oh,
kid's
yeah.
getting older. Yeah.
Yeah,
so they
okay.
just kill him.
Uh,
Raz said 19, I believe. Fake name says, I don't know South American history well enough to comment on it. White Wind says, true, Megan, when we were talking about time.
Hey, can I butt back in?
Real quick, I want to continue to get through some of these because people are going to get mad at me and be like, oh, you're like so behind on the comments.
Understandable.
Raz says, answer to the did you move? Yes, from
I'll get it
Washington
later.
State. Miss the snow. Florida is mostly fake. Richard says, greetings to Tiffany hiding in the background. Richard said hiding.
Raspberry tea?
Jasmine.
She got that heart
is-
for you,
Does
Richard.
that say stranger storage?
Oklahoma is just strange, says Benjamin. Good to see you, Ben. Raz says, it might not as well just float on all the plastic in the ocean. Oh, very cool. Connor, not cool, but interesting. Connor says, breaking news, Florida man used lost nuke to power his house for 20 years. Oh, God.
Sweet tea.
Fake news says, Casnaria, we use name epithet. Speaking of that. Raz says, Connor, I remember reading that. Fake name says, AP, I would like to grant you an official epithet. Cool, hit it up. What is it? Raz says, what's an epithet? Washington says, our official meal is whole pizza wrapped in bread. So
That's a-
double bread? Like you make the pizza in bread and then you put it in bread? Or is it just a calzone?
That's a lot of calories.
It is. Fake name says, epithet is a descriptive word you add to your name. You have to earn them. Oh, very cool. Interesting culture thing. Oh, thanks, Tiff. Tiff has been about Jiffy Pop for the longest time, so she's going to make Jiffy Pop.
You know what I've been hyped about?
Tea.
Who's tea?
Fake name's Tea.
Fake name.
Raz says, on a very off-topic note, the democratic nation of Dinopolis is a mixed economy and will have its first election in either October or November. The new president will be appointed on January 1st. Congrats, you
Interesting.
guys.
Alright,
Very
first
cool.
of all, fuck Democrats, but alright.
That's it. Democrats means different things
Look,
throughout.
They're talking about the
different
government type.
countries.
not
I need to have a personal conversation with fake name.
We're done with the tea, babe.
No, we are
We're
not.
done with the tea. He will
Fake
send you-
name.
Raz, we just want to update people
I
in the
dropped my
nation.
spitball.
Good luck, Raz.
Fake name.
Thank you.
Fake name. If you're on here, just side conversation. Just say, hey, let me contact you. That's all I need you to say. And then
So he'll shut up.
I'll shut up about your name. Because, dude, I want your tea. I really do want your tea. If it's sweet tea, it needs to be sweet-ish at least. I want your tea.
You want your tea.
I really want your tea. no idea how bad. I'm sorry, I'm drunk.
How do you
Name.
pronounce Jerez? I can't really see it from over here.
Washingtonian says, our second national dish is Juarez Jizzer.
What is that?
Created by
I'll say
me,
Jizzer.
it is just a corn tortilla with a crap load of cheese and drizzle it with chipotle sauce. Don't ask about the name. Okay.
Dude, that actually sounds really good.
Sounds like a cheese quesadilla.
Yeah.
That sounds like I might eat it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
37.
Raz said, haha. Ben said, I'm 37. Very cool. So we got like a good, diverse audience.
Hell
yeah,
yeah, man. I'm
I
like
like that.
30 years old and I have no association with this shit. I'm just here.
Yeah. We got a whole group together.
Washington, you're gonna kill me before the next election.
No, Washington. Not all y'all's is bad.
Nightwind said that's abuse. I guess talking about the slap thingy. Raz
Which one?
says the people's
slap
Grand
away?
Court won't like that much though. Oh, interesting. Washingtonia says an onsen. Raz said onsen. What's that? Fake name says in Cusnaria. The point is 20 feet from a bathhouse. Oh, interesting. That's where the like.
Oh,
the
like
hot
a
springs
literal
are?
like a perimeter for
Oh,
the nudity.
nudity. Yeah, you can't leave 20 feet. That seems
think
weird though,
I-
right?
that
Because if you
sounds
walk
familiar.
outside and then you're like, I got 20 feet.
That sounds
And then you're
familiar
just like
though.
in the street.
Yeah, that sounds really familiar. Like history documentaries and shit.
About bathhouse?
Yes, that sounds really familiar. Like I've heard that before.
Deja vu.
Light is like
Oh my bad.
there's like a ring. No, like I
Yeah.
keep looking at the screen. There's like a ring around your
You
face.
start getting, yeah.
Oh. Rosy, pockets full of puzzles, bed part like that.
Raz says, so you can't call it Arkansas, but there's a city called Texarkana. I thought it was,
Texarkana.
yeah, Texarkana. I thought it was Texarkana.
It is Texarkana.
Yeah.
So many
Washingtonia
different
says,
pronunciations.
Washingtonia said Japanese hot spring, but it's better. Oh, that's cool.
We ain't care about the job bad
Um,
news.
Raz says, oh, fake name says that's a trade secret. Sorry. Oh, I guess talking about your tea.
Bro!
Or how to contact you.
Alright, look, alright. How about this fake name? You don't have to tell me your secrets. Just mail him some to his Micronation. You got a P.O. box or something?
We did, but it just expired.
Fuck! Alright, dude. How am I gonna get this tea? I need
You'll
some
never
tea.
get it. You'll
I
never
want
get
some tea from
Do you
fake
have a
name.
shop that you like sell it and we could
Purchase
order?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
purchase
Put
it.
it up. He's hyped about
Anything
it.
to get
Dude,
them
look,
to stop.
you can keep your secrets. I don't care. Like, you can keep your shit. I really don't care. I just want to try some. Let me get addicted to it.
Benjamin said Unity is going through elections right now. Very
Good
cool.
luck.
Congrats on your elections.
Which
Washington
way is
is.
it leaning?
Sorry. Ooh, that's a great question.
What's
Whitewind said he skipped over my quote. Oh, my bad, Whitewind. What was your quote? We're going all the way back.
Yeah, we're
We
going
find
for
Whitewind's quote. I got the true Megan. What was the other thing? Emperor Tyler got that one. What thing? What thing? I don't see a thing.
How about this? Repost your quote into the comments.
Yes,
please.
and we'll read it
Like,
again.
we didn't mean to skip over it.
Yeah, I got that to abuse. And then he skipped over my quote. Yeah, I didn't see the quote. Raz says, White Wind, it happens. Washingtonia says, what? We talking about PP cutoff? LMAO. Yes. White Wind says, I'm trying so hard not to laugh. Ooh, time to correct Jason, said White Wind. White Wind said, last time we had to worry about the UK was the War of 1812.
That is not actually commonly taught, and it should be, because
Who is that?
it was
Who's
the War of
that? Who's that?
1812 that
18,
our
who's the name?
White House burned down.
What?
White Wind.
White Wind? Bro, yes. You are
Didn't they
absolutely
use Canada
correct.
to infiltrate us?
You are absolutely right on, brother. Yes.
Raspberry says,
Yes.
wait, what are we discussing in this video anymore? First off, we have Thomas here. It's good to see you, Thomas.
What's up,
Thank you for
Thomas?
hanging out in the Twitter
What's up,
space with us.
Thomas? With Twitter, he got a message or something or another?
Well, he's live in our Twitter space. Let me see if he has tried to join as a speaker. If not, I will add him as a speaker.
Dude, add him as a speaker. But
Yes, sir.
what's his name with the White House burning down thing? What year was that? 18 and something, 12?
Yes.
Yes.
War of 1812.
World War 1812. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Yes.
Very cool.
And see, the 1776 thing, it actually didn't happen. I mean, it did happen in the year 1776, but you know, we celebrate 4th of July as our independence. But it actually didn't happen on the 4th of July. It actually happened a couple of days prior to that. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yes. It
Teach
actually
me a lot of
happened
stuff.
way before July 4th.
Interesting.
But it's just, we, for some reason, I guess, how would I put it? Settled it, I guess.
Decided that was going to be the date for
yeah.
the celebration.
But it
There's
was,
a second one.
yeah.
Ooh, we do. Also, we may have some people jumping in to pitch their nations. Real quick, let me go ahead and read through these comments that we're getting, and then I'm going to jump
Yeah.
into the people in our
Definitely.
Twitter
Read through the
space.
comments, bro.
Yes. Whiteland says, where the Canadians burned down the White House. Raz said, last time we had to worry about the UK was always. Whiteland said, at the time the Canadians were classified as British.
Fair
Fair point. Fair point. No, we gotta keep
Washington
going.
said-
We
I'm
gotta
sorry.
keep
I'm
going.
sorry.
Haha.
But-
Raz said, that's the U.S.'s problem. They care way too much about other nations and not as much as their own nation.
Oh
Fair
my God!
point.
Yes.
Fair
Can we not
point.
stop somewhere?
Yep.
Because there's already 2 points
Fake
I
name.
fucking love.
Fake name jumped in with hug with one arm probably before we said it.
Yeah,
Washingtonia said, oh my God. Whitewind said, yo, Jason, you're on a stream, LMAO. And it was like, no.
This ain't my
Raz said,
first
let's
stream,
move
yo.
on, please. Like earlier when we were talking about stuff. Raz said, I swear you will all kill me of a lung collapse before the first election. Vincent said, it's Jason. Vincent's
What
hyped
up,
about it.
man?
Um,
I don't know who you are, brother.
uh,
I'd like to get to know you, though.
Washingtonia says we prefer hentai. Connor Hetner said porn is awesome though.
Dude,
as a
hentai
quote, and then said,
porn is
no,
fucked
we're
up.
not. We're not talking about it.
It's-
We're moving on. Raz
It's
says
like-
gotta go. Good to see you, Raz. White Wind said yes, thank you. Okay. Vincent said, bro, I'm so late to the stream, but thank you for hanging out.
Vincent, man, hang out more.
Yes. We're doing the whole stream. We're about to jump into people who may be here to talk about their nations. Fake name says Burr was a hero. Vincent said hi, fake name. Whiteman said I'm better at World War II history than anything. Makes sense.
Here's sure, man. They got some awesome weapons there.
Washingtonia said hi, Vincent. Richard said I'll check on that and let you know in your IGAP. Wait, Vincent. Wait, Richard. Did I get your age right earlier? Fake name says you'll get it, Jason, but it's still in development. The T's not yet ready.
Okay.
Bro, look, alright, man, can I now?
Sure.
Alright, fake name. When the T is actually where you like it, hit up him and he'll hit up me, and I will send you some kind of fucking P.O. box, my address. I don't give a flying fuck. I want some of your T's.
We'll get it connected.
Yeah, we'll get connected.
Vincent said hi, Washingtonia. Fake name said hi, Vincent. Fake name said Empress Irene of Athens, Roman Empress, was the first empress to rule on her own right. She did this by blinding her own son. Crazy. Fake name said the epithet for AP shall be Optimus Maximus. It means the best, the greatest. AP shall be known as AP, the best, the greatest. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Very hyped. It sounds like in your culture, I'm very hyped up. White Wind says, wow, Vincent, you don't remember me. Sad face. I think he does. He referenced you a minute ago, but we're late in the chat.
Yeah, we're late in the chat, man. We're sorry about that.
Vincent said hi. White Wind said, oh, wait, I forgot to enter hi on Vincent, for Vincent. Vincent said, did you change your flag? To who? Who are you referring to? White Wind says, I just moved the profile pic a little bit so it shows the entire flag. Talking about that. Fake name says, while you wait for development to finish, just spike some sweet tea with vodka, he says. Connor says, one of the most famous...
Wait,
What's up?
fake name. It's not the same.
He
I
wants
want
your tea.
Your tea.
Connor says, one of the most famous dishes, Cotter Minisland, is called Cum Laderta. Interesting. I am concerned. White Wind says that sounds really good. It doesn't matter what type of vodka. Okay, Connor says a flaky biscuit with a white frosting drizzle. Richard Taylor says James Monroe was in the American Revolution. He was 18. The youngest general was Uriah Pennypacker, brigadier general at 20.
Interesting.
Yep. Richard knows a lot about stuff. I was close. I'm sorry, I got Richard a little bit over. White one said, real Independence Day is July 3rd, 1782. Richard says, I'd like to meet Jason. He seems like a nice guy.
Pretty sober.
Hey, Richard. Fuck you for that. But, Richard, where you located? We might make a meetup thing because he's already planning a meetup thing on your thing because somebody said something about doing the cartwheels around thing if I show up.
Vincent. Yep.
Vincent? That's a Vincent?
Yep. Same
Yeah.
Vincent who made the video.
You
Yep.
said like thing 4 times in that sentence.
Why do you call him out my shit?
We also have Washingtonia who jumped in about their country. Real quick, before we get to anybody's country, I want to finish these comments. Richard said, my age is 50. Vincent said, you're 50, damn. Richard said, yep. I actually went over. I said 54. My bad, Richard. Vincent said, good for you. Fake Meme says, I gotta go see ya, AP Optimus Maximus.
Dude,
thank you,
fake name, you gotta
Appreciate
stop
it.
doing this shit to me. Stop doing that.
Ooh, she made the Jiffy Pop.
I didn't
Fuck the
take the
Jiffy
whole
Pop.
thing.
Fake name, stop doing this to me.
Benjamin
it.
said, did you get my email, AP? Vincent said, hey, AP, I'm sorry I missed your stream about me, but I thought it was funny that people would chat
That's the
shit
whole
about, I
That's
can't
what
read.
I was thinking. That shit was over.
And I'm so used to it, I was like, oh, okay, shrug.
They're fun to make.
There was a button in the way, sorry, I couldn't
Yeah.
see.
Benjamin, I'm not sure if I got your email. If you don't
You
mind,
keep saying it.
resend it because I
Megan.
check my email pretty
I don't
frequently.
like popcorn.
I don't think I've received
I'm gonna
any
do
like
that.
emails from people talking about micronational stuff super recently. So if I missed it, just please resend it. I would appreciate it. Even just forward it. Like just send a forward thing so I make sure I get it. Also, it's all good, Vincent. Thank you for hanging out. It means a lot, and I'm
Yeah,
glad
yeah.
to have you continuing to
And
post content for
Vincent is
us.
the one that's trying to do
Happy
cartwheels,
late
right?
birthday, Richard.
Alright, hey Vincent. We gonna do a meetup, I promise you. Whether I'm sober or I'm drunk. Or sober, whatever. Like,
What is AP's real name? What's the last one we stopped at?
Yep, I'm not saying it. Vincent said, some people know it. Vincent said, oh, tell Jason I bought an American flag with 48 stars. Very cool. Also,
Yo,
AP is my
with
initial, so AP
48
is my
stars?
real name. Whiteman says, how many people have citizenships in Aeternia? Because there are only 8 actual Whitelandians. I think our count right now is up to like 12, but that's like 12 like active, engaged, like participating citizens. Manu says, I accidentally learned AP's real name. It's all good. It's not a secret. I just try not to dox myself.
Vincent, me and you's gonna do a hookup whenever you hook up with him. That's the only stipulations is if you actually come to his Aeternia.
Stands for
Property.
Austin
Good
Powers.
Yeah, man, Austin Powers. That's his name, Austin Powers. Guess
Richard's-
what? Power. Sorry.
Richard says AP stands for awesome person. I appreciate it.
That's right.
Whiteman says I always guessed Austin Powers. Vincent said he told us why his name's AP. I sure did. It's my actual name. It's my actual initials. Also, it's what my mom called me, and it's a big connection to like family and stuff. So it's important that people call me that because it shows how connected I am
I
to you.
can't
all.
wait to meet Vincent.
I'm excited about it too. He'll be
I wanna meet
he's
Vincent.
actually in Georgia right now visiting. He's gonna be moving to Georgia like really soon, and then he'll be close enough for us to visit.
Vincent, man. Come on.
Are we
Hurry up
gonna
with the
get
process,
to our
bro.
speakers?
Yes. Benjamin
Yes.
said I'll send it through your website. Thank you. Vincent said right now I can see Alabama from my hotel room.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. Real quick, people are jumping in, so we're gonna go ahead and start talking to everybody. First off, Tom was here way before anybody. Hello, Tom. How are you?
Names. I didn't know that y'all were in Georgia.
We're in Alabama.
In Alabama.
Yes, sir,
So,
Alabama.
For a while I lived, I had to go through Alabama to and from where I lived out in Georgia. I used to live in right between Lawrenceville and Beaufort, Georgia.
Lawrenceville?
So,
You said Lawrenceville?
Lawrenceville.
Huntsville.
Well, nowadays I live in Oklahoma. Because I
Oklahoma.
moved out there and then I moved back. But I lived in an area that was well, I guess it still is fairly well hit with micronations. That's the area around Atlanta and around, what is it, Stone Mountain?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Say, beautiful, beautiful area.
Yeah, I mean it's a beautiful area. I mean, let's say this is Jason speaking right now. AP is eating popcorn. But I tell you right now, I mean, yeah, it's beautiful scenery, but that traffic sucks.
Oh, the traffic is actually like a video game.
Which
I've never heard it
Can't
described
get from
as
one
that.
side of the road to the other.
which video game? Which
Flappy
video game?
Birds.
Flappy Bird video game? Are we talking about like Grand Theft Auto? You just run into every kind of people and just keep on trucking.
That's like Frogger.
Well, ain't that the truth? Let's see, what was it? In order to get from where I was to where I was doing genealogical research, I had to cross the Atlanta highway. And oh my lord, traffic.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, traffic
dangerous
sucks.
here.
Traffic sucks everywhere unless you're from a small town. That's about how that goes. Traffic sucks unless you're from a small town. And even then, if you got a small town that's overpopulated, it still sucks.
Absolutely. I will say, trying to kind of go into a segue there. Thomas, you have. Hello, Hingen. I'll get with you in just one moment if you don't mind. Thomas, tonight we're trying to do what I talked about a few streams ago, with hoping to get people on to talk about their micronations. Both Jason as well as Megan are not micronationalists. They're people who just started learning about micronationalism through hanging out on our streams. So I wanted to ask you, I've heard a bit about the several nations and groups that you've run over the last few streams that we've been on together. Would you feel comfortable telling Jason and Megan a little bit about your nation and us being able to talk about the culture of it?
Sure. May I ask them, what would they like to hear about first?
I would personally like to hear about fucking everything, man. Have you ever heard of a mudslide alcoholic drink? I'm fucking drunk.
Say, let's see here. I'll start off with the
Hey, man,
stands for Missionary Order of the Celtic Cross. We start Druid Micronation, a Druid order, and then the street tribe that developed around us kind of developed slowly into a micronation over the years. Started out in a village metropolis called Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Hey, may I cut you out?
What?
What?
May I cut him out? Like, may I interrupt?
You already did,
Yeah.
so why?
Alright, so this is Jason again, and this is Megan here. If we don't know what micronation is, how would you personally convince us to join a micronation? I'm not saying I'm going to join it. I just want to know, how would you convince us to join a micronation?
Okay, first off, I wouldn't say it's not for everyone. I'll be honest with you.
Understandable.
There are a lot of different types of micronation.
Alright, you say there's a lot of types of different micronations. Let's just go with the basics. Like the basic of the basic micronation. Help me convince myself to join a micronation.
Help you want to. Okay. I could lie to you and tell you that it's great for the diet, because you'll never get rich being in the Micronation. But let's see here. Okay. Are you familiar with the term microstate?
Alright.
Like the Vatican or the Blue Coast. There's like Monaco. So a whole bunch of different ones. And those are the next step down from a nation. And then you have other nations don't meet the requirements. Everyone will say, oh, the micronation is called micro. No, that's not necessarily true. Kind of like, let's see, I know that Aeternia has a good number of people. Let's see, who else? There's a place called the Principality of Agamort that has its own microcurrency, or local currency. And it is an entire city that sits on the Mediterranean coast. They're in France. So there are a lot of different types of micronation. There are some that are political statement. There are some that are projects that people have going on called simulations. Some are hobbyists. Some are cessationists. Some of them, they are families that have kind of developed a history about them. Some are kind of like Saborda and Sealand. They have a historical background that says we are not a sovereign nation, but we're not recognized. And they have historical background to it. Now, as to why a person would want to be part of the micronation, do you ever wish that your voice stood for something? Do you wish that your work and your labor went into creating something that you can say, I did that? A lot of micronations have that as a foundation.
May I interrupt you right there?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're talking about the micronation saying, okay, I did good, I did that right there, correct?
They can, yep.
Alright, so how is that any different than, say, construction workers? Because construction workers can build a building, step back, and then say, yep, I did that right there, outside of micronation.
Well, okay. At a very real level, it's not any different. The thing is at the end of the day, a micronation tries to assert its sovereignty and tries to create a full society rather than just one part of it.
So you're saying everybody in the micronation will accept that this, we'll just say for an example, one guy did this one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, continue.
Do you want to know one guy that actually did something with it?
Do you want to know one guy that actually
Say,
did something like that?
Yes, I
Emperor
do.
Norton
I do.
and
I want to know
San
that.
Francisco did that.
Emperor Norton in San Francisco did that.
All right, what did he do? I'm a little bit hard of
I'm
hearing,
just-
so I'm sorry for
First
my.
thing that he did was being weird. First thing that he did was being weird.
Alright?
Say, he started calling himself the Emperor of, I think it was, the United States and all of Mexico.
Did you hear that?
No.
San Francisco, and I think it was the 1800s. And of course, he would go around to all these functions, calling himself the emperor and all like that.
Yeah, but what did he
So, you know
do aside from the fact that he built something and stepped back and said, "Hey, I did that," versus a construction worker who is part of a non-micronation who also said, "Hey, I did that."
Yeah. Say, well, Emperor Norton, as far as I know, did not actually build anything. He was just being eccentric. And he stayed known, and he's been named from now. But let me ask you a question.
Alright, what's up?
Okay. What would a person have? What would make a person of less value for just building something? Nothing, in my opinion. But in a micronation, there are fewer people. You can attach name to it. When it's just a large project, a lot of times those people move around and they're not remembered. Unless, of course, you have a house that you're building yourself for your family. That's very rare.
Tom, if I'm understanding you correctly, I'm gonna go ahead and explain to Jason what I think you said, and then you'll have to let me know if I explained it correctly. So what it sounds like he was saying was that in a worker's position, for example,
Okay.
a construction worker is a part of a team of people who will go into a project like building a house.
Yes.
So unless you individually are building a house just for your family, then you can say I was a part of building that, but nobody outside of you will go and know automatically from looking at that house, Jason built that. You have to go and tell people I built that. In a micronation, there are so few people building so many things all at once that
So
those
they would
nations,
automatically know.
yeah, those nations automatically attribute that to those people. So they'll say, hey,
Okay.
these 10 people built all these things and their names are on the buildings and stuff like that.
So there's more validation in it.
Absolutely. Was that accurate, Thomas?
That's one aspect of it, yes. Say, it goes well beyond that, and it depends on the way that a person approaches a micronation. A person that is approaching it, for instance, as a high school project and they're doing a simulation, sort of like the Student United Nations projects or student government, you know? So that's one aspect of it. Another aspect is someone that just wants to create the regalia and the money and stuff like that. I mean, those are hobbyists a lot of times. So it depends what you're looking to get out of the micronation, what you're going to put into it. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you. So if one person is doing all the building, then they would get the praise for it, correct?
A lot of times it's also teamwork. Say, but because everyone in the micronation kind of knows everyone else, particularly in the smaller ones, there is, like she said, a lot of validation to it. You know, we used to call it, what did we call it back in the day? Word fame. You know, a lot of congratulations, a lot of patting on the back. say a lot of stuff your average worker does not get in today's um, labor force. You know, let's face it, workers don't get a whole lot of back padding and stuff like that. They get a paycheck that usually does not meet their bills at the end of the day, and when the project's shut down, they lose the job.
Yep.
You know, there's no extra validation for that. Micronation, and I've got to put a caveat in here. When I'm talking about a micronation, I'm talking about one that's in it for the long haul. A lot of micronations, the newer ones, most of them only last between 2 weeks and 6 months. So, you know, look for a micronation that looks like it's going to be around for a while. I don't say that to diss any of the ones that are new, but it's just a reality that new ones are very often short-lived, and longer-lived micronations are fairly rare.
So, if you don't mind me cutting you off, Tom, Jason, in that brief kind of explanation, do you feel like he answered your question pretty well as to why somebody might want to join a micronation? At least some aspects of it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now, Tom's micronation has been around, the several micronation projects he's done over his life have been around for quite a long time. So, I think it would be unfair for me to ask Tom, like I tried to do earlier, to summarize all of that in one brief period. Tom, if you don't mind, do you mind if I jump to a couple of our other speakers who I believe are a bit newer the micronational community, and they can kind of give their pitches, and then maybe we can circle back around. Thank you, sir.
Hello?
Hello. Are you here to pitch the concept of your micronation?
So, hello, my name is Connor Hetner, the president of the Socialist Republic of Katamanasland. We are located in Iowa, and I'd just like to talk about our nation. So, our nation is a quite small nation, but with vast territory, with vastness and territories across the United States, such as the territory located at my house, the territories located near my house, the territory in the gorge with the stream, and the Colorado.
Hello?
Territory. And what I have to say really inspired me to create a micronation was like having the feeling that you could do something, like become a president become the president of a nation and direct its people through and have really the experience got me into it. And so I really enjoy working together with people in the nation and having a functioning democratic society, working with the people, and really embracing everything into society. And I really do. I made this micronation to say it just started off as something very small. A few of my friends would do it with me. There wasn't really a functioning government yet, but we had let me think. we had, a few of my friends, we didn't really have a functioning society or government yet, really not functioning yet, but I started up the Discord server, and a video on the Republic of Wallachia, which a lot of you may know. The Republic of Wallachia, I seen that this guy, Kevin Baugh, he made this nation on his own in the middle of nowhere in Nevada, which really inspired me to found a nation in here where I live, and to really do like have a functioning society and everything. So, after seeing that video, a few months later, I watched some more videos on micronations on YouTube, and I started getting an understanding of what micronationalism was. And I joined a few micronations that I found through a video I watched was on Microcon, I think in 2019 or something, 18 or something. I don't know the day, but I remember seeing this kid named Benjamin Pickles. He had this nation called Benjistan. I looked it up, and it was there. They had a Discord server and everything. So I decided to join, and I joined. I really met a lot of people through there, and I started joining other nations, and I started meeting a lot of amazing people that were willing to help out with nations and jumpstart other nations and helping the founding of micronations. But it was really interesting to see that. It was like everyone would come in and help me out, not just my friends I have here in Iowa, Chicago, that would come visit. It's other people that from around the United States, around the world, that would help out with my micronation and getting it started, and they would all be based in the society and leading, so we could have a more functioning society. And now we have 16 registered citizens, and we have a economy being jump started, and a pretty well functioning government, I'd say, in just a few months, like 4 months. And it really, I really have enjoyed the journey of micronation along the way. It's just, you get to meet new people that you probably wouldn't have met before, and some really good people, some people not so good.
So Connor, that being the case, if you don't mind me asking, you were talking a bit about citizenship a second ago. If somebody were trying to join your micronation and become a citizen, what would be the pitch to them? Why should they join your nation? What benefits would they get from that? What's different than maybe the way that they're living now?
The main thing is you get to participate and feel like you're helping society, and you get to participate in society by it's very easy to participate in government or anything. You can feel like you matter, because I know in the United States where I live, it's like the people that are in the government, you feel like, oh, they're like elites, you'll never be like them, but you can be like those people in Katramanasland. We don't make it like you're elite. It's not like an elitist system. It's we want people to be seen equal, and we want people to be happy here. We want people to be be able to do whatever they want like legally, but legally whatever they want here. So, and have the liberties and freedoms. So that's one of the main things about citizenship here.
Very cool. Do you have any questions?
So, Connor, I understand that you seem to really enjoy the camaraderie you get in your micronation, the ability to interact with people and connect on a level you
Yes.
usually wouldn't be able to. But as a business person, a very analytical person that I am, what's the end goal? Like, that's my question. What are you working towards? What's the fight for, like, your bread and butter?
You know, that's a good question because I don't see an end currently. There's no end goal. We just go with society as society progresses. There really is no end in sight, in my opinion. Like, we're still progressing day by day, where our society is becoming more advanced. We're getting more culture. Our culture is progressing. Our government is expanding. Our territories expanding. Everything is basically society is becoming more advanced every day, which is, and I couldn't say there would be any end in sight because basically society's going to keep progressing, and I wouldn't say we do have an end goal as of now. It's just to have a progressive society.
I get that. You just want to kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
Yes, hey, Vincent. If you give me just 1 second, I was going to say something real quick. I wanted to make a comment. So, Connor, if I understood Megan correctly and what she was trying to ask, it seemed like she was trying to figure out, like, what the ultimate dream of your nation is. By, like, an end goal, I think what she's trying to describe is at the height of your nation. If you were to imagine, like, the biggest point of it, what its ultimate development would look like, why everybody would be working toward this thing, what is the payoff for everybody. And so I would just, in the future, I would suggest when you're making like pitches like that to people, I know this is something I had to work on for Aeternia for a long time, and even still I'm like constantly revising it because it's really hard to make these pitches. But it's I definitely think important to come up with some way to like isolate as best you can something that you could connect with them on as to why they might join your nation, what they'd be building for. Just like you said with like democratic values, wanting to be a part of stuff. I think those were really good selling points and stuff that as you continue to grow Cotter Manisland and as you continue to develop its society, that'll start to become easier and easier to pitch.
So, like, what you're saying, yeah. Holy crap! I fucked something up. Okay.
You're
what
good.
I was saying
Just
is,
take a breath. Don't rush yourself. You're good.
I think my ultimate goal, and basically everyone's ultimate goal, is to have a great society with a good economy, good culture, good, well-functioning government, just an overall great place to be in and be involved with. That's what our ultimate goal.
All right, sounds solid.
I can respect that.
Yeah, definitely.
Real quick, Vincent, did you have something you wanted to say? This is Vincent, one of our newest citizens.
Shoot. Okay, one of my friends trying to call. Sorry.
Ooh. Hey, I'm sorry, Connor. Could you go ahead and mute yourself real quick? We're trying to have Vincent speak.
What? Hello? Oh, do you want me to mute?
Yes, sir. If you don't mind, I would appreciate it.
I might have to leave the space, but thank you for letting me talk.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. What's up,
Hello?
Vincent? Hey, what's up?
Don't plug my headset.
I think you're good. We can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. I don't have my own micronation but I am in a group on Slack that pretty much functions. So if you have questions, I can answer based off that.
I would say my biggest question to these micronations, and correct me if I'm wrong, to my understanding, it's a lot like a organization where sometimes you come in, you pay your fees, and you get to be a part of it. But when you call it a micronation, the only difference I really see is that it creates a closer, more tight knit kind of culture. Would you say that's a fair assumption?
That would not be entirely incorrect. Sorry. I think that it's a good start of understanding.
Absolutely. I would jump in and say, just like what Tom was talking about earlier, there's such a huge range between what
Right.
micronations are trying to do. Like you said, there's some that are like, trying to accomplish a specific political goal. So they're saying like, we're for climate change and, we're just trying to raise awareness about that and that's their whole end goal. There are some that are like secessionist movements where they're like, we want Alaska to break away, and that's their whole thing. So I think it really depends. To a large degree, most micronations are not developed enough to be, for example, getting membership into the UN at a point where they would transition into full recognized nation.
Right.
But I think the reason that they use the term micronation is because most, if not all, micronations have the end goal, have the vision of becoming a recognized nation.
Right.
That's a part of their core belief system.
Okay. I might need to take your.
I was going to
Do you
say,
have any
Jason,
questions for me?
If you wanted to comment on that, you're more than welcome to, given your opinion. But it does seem like Jason in the background over here, I'll show everybody, is looking pretty conked out, pretty tired. So we might have to wrap the stream up for tonight in just a second. If you did want to say some last words, though, you're more than welcome.
Can I have a conversation with Jason?
You can have a conversation with asleep Jason because he's asleep right now.
Oh, really?
Yes, he's passed out on the couch behind us. If you watch the stream, he's out.
He drank way too much.
I thought I was gonna. He was gonna. It was like the moment of truth. He's finally getting to hear my voice.
Well, it's like a plot twist in Jason's life. He's always like gearing up for it, ready to go, and then last minute, right before the credits roll, it gets taken away from him, only to be revealed next episode in the season finale. So you'll have to do the grand reveal then.
So, Megan,
Yes.
is that your?
Yes.
So, do you have any questions for me before we?
I think I liked Jason's question earlier that he asked. Like, being someone that doesn't know much about micronations, how would you convince me that it's worth my time to even look into?
Because the things you could do could make a difference in your local communities. That being, you could actually do some things like start community farms for homeless people, or buy land to develop into housing for people, or just like I see the purpose of it is to make a difference in your local community the way you'd like to do it, not through public office. I guess doing things another way.
So really taking like matters into your own hands and just getting down to the nitty gritty and getting it done.
Yep.
I like that.
I agree. I would also like to add, I feel like some people criticize this about micronationalism, but I think it's one of its like strongest points. There's a bit of role play to micronationalism. Not to say that that's like a fantasy or fake thing, but I think a lot of people have an ideal life that they would like to be living, or an ideal way that they'd like to present themselves in the world. That for some reason or another, because of the way society is structured, none of us really 100% get to be who we are. There's some parts of ourselves that we show to some people, and some part of ourselves that we show to other people.
Right.
In a micronation, the answer to the question of like why are you doing this or that weird thing is already answered. It's a part of my culture. It's a part of this government and society that I've created. You have like a built-in reason and design for the life that you want to lead or live. So that being the case, I feel like a lot of micronationalism is absolutely going after the noble goals that you want to pursue and making your community better and building what you see for the future of the world. But at the same time, it allows you to kind of liberate yourself from whatever you feel may be holding you back socially, and allows you to present that to the world. And I think a lot of the time when people do that, and they really are proud of it, and they really are excited about it, just like if you went to an anime convention or something like that, and
Right.
you saw somebody dressed up, a lot of times people are excited by that, and they like it, and they feel connected to it. So I think even people doing like original characters and stuff. For micronations, I think being yourself and designing your own culture and your own community make for that experience of letting other people feel comfortable in their skin.
So if I could paraphrase to make sure I'm understanding, so it's like creating this comfort zone around something that would typically be uncomfortable, but is like a sole part of you as a person.
Absolutely, and there's not really restrictions to that. I'm sorry.
It's a way to express yourself, I guess. To express your own feelings and desires into into a community.
I like that. I could get down with that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's a way to go about presenting it in like an official manner. Yeah. Yeah.
Like AP, I know on the Discord I was talking about like what if Aeternia had police, and I was looking up pictures of like police uniforms from like the 1800s and stuff. So that's stuff I like. I like thinking of uniforms or stuff like that, like military police forces.
Absolutely.
Just a hobby I have.
And that's something that's really cool that Vincent's been able to help us a lot with in trying to develop our culture. There are a ton of things that, like, you know, if you were to create like a fantasy country for like a book or a movie or something,
Right.
you'd be thinking about all these different things that need to occur for it. And there's no way one person can think of all that.
Right.
Vincent's been really cool because he's somebody who likes history and likes learning about the culture of different nations. So when we've been talking about a lot of the things as we developed Bate, this territory that we bought, to try and figure out like, okay, if we did start having people live there one day, how would that look? And, you know, what would be the ideals that we would follow? What would, be, what kind of culture would we bring to this place?
So you get like a more efficient collaboration.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's really cool because then people who like that same aesthetic or who gravitate to that kind of culture will just naturally show up and be like, oh, you have the thing that I like. So it's really cool.
I like that.
Like I can say like a lot of the places that look very Cold War-ish, like Pripyat, Chernobyl, and like some other countries in Europe that just are stuck in time. A lot of people like going there because it's unique and different, and that's a part of their culture. That's like their Transnistria. It's like a Soviet. It's like an old Soviet state that's stuck in time because they just like never changed after the Soviet Union fell. I just think that's cool. And they go visit it.
Absolutely. So real quick, Tom, we did the whole like full circle back around. If you have any like brief last words for the stream, I think I'll probably leave it with you, and we will continue next time. I'm sorry we didn't get more time for everybody to speak, but we did jump in kind of late. Jason's literally like passed out on the couch, so we got to do something about this. I see the sweat on his neck.
I think
So-
I think he splashed water in his face.
Maybe.
Okay, let me step outside.
Sorry, Tom.
So, my cousin walked by. He was talking to me about what Micronationalism meant to him. Because he's also part of the MOCC and a part of the Kingdom of Dubai. And he said, let them know that they can make a change. So, and I agree with him. Say, sometimes creating a micronation is about making that change in your life that is a positive. It doesn't have to be what everyone agrees with. There's a lot of visions out there as to what a micronation can be. Make it what you need it to be. So, and that is about it. Tell everyone there that I said, have a good evening. I'm sorry that Jason passed out on us, but I thoroughly understand why. So, and maybe have a good, and I enjoy these talks.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tom. We're always honored to have you here. Same to you, Vincent. Thank you for participating with us and hanging out tonight. Same thing to everybody in our chat. These conversations are always great, and I feel like I learn a lot. You feel like you?
I feel like if we had more people in the Twitter spaces, like the first, I think it was the second time we had a whole lot of people. We were talking for like hours. It was really good.
Yes, sir. I think I need to do better at advertising it earlier. Tonight was kind of an impromptu thing, but we did get a little bit of a turnout. I will be trying to improve that for next time. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the Twitter space so that I can go ahead and wrap up the stream, and I will see you guys next time. Bye,
Okay.
everybody. Okay, cool deal. Thank you guys for hanging out. Just ended the Twitter space. Good to see you guys. And Aeternia forever. Oh goodness. Oh, everybody's seeing my finger. Oh no. Jason's passed out. Right there. Right there. Bye everybody.